What have your experiences taught you about what makes a product great?
A couple things, right? First thing is that a great product has to be, of course, typically solving a problem. But that problem could be, boredom, right? The problem could be, having fun or delivering a great, media experience, right? It doesn't always have to be a problem. A problem, of course, you think of the word problem, you think of something negative. It has to be an experience, and I think that's where I feel like most product people have kind of lost, or they think about just kind of one segment of the process. A good product is about, it's delivering experience. Actually, I love that software as a service as a whole has kind of de-emphasized the technology and emphasized the experience around leveraging a service. What is a service, right? You don't know what's happening behind in a SaaS world. There could be 20 monkeys back there, with typewriters, right? You don't know what they're doing back there. You don't have to know, as long as the experience you have is consistent and is delivered. And so when you think of a product, a good product, right? From the moment you hear the product's name, to the moment you first discover it on the web, or hear about it from a friend, or discover it on through social media, or discover it just on the web, or hear about it on the radio or TV, or so on and so forth, right? That whole experience has to be holistic. That's why I always like the organizational structure where there is kind of some person who's responsible for the entire experience, from the moment they hear the name to the moment the moment they tell a friend about it or hear about it from a friend, to the moment they go to the website, they sign on. The whole experience has to be choreographed in a way that is seamless, that is actually fun in a lot of ways, that kind of makes them want to move to the next step, carries them through. It has a pull, has a gravity to it the whole way through. And unfortunately, that takes a lot of different disciplines to pull that off. And most organizations aren't even constructed that way. They're not even set up that way to begin with. And so that's where I think there's a gap there. And then you have different entrepreneurs. Some of them are just business folk who don't know technology, or technology folk who haven't quite learned the other side of the equation. And so a lot of times you see that some of the best entrepreneurs out there are ones who really do know both sides of the world. They can kind of see the full vision, the full picture. And that's why you see a lot of these great companies, small companies. You have a guy or a handful of guys that can have that level, that purview, right? That can actually pull that end-to-end full experience off. And it's not that guys in big companies can't do it. It's just because organizationally they're almost blocked to do it in a lot of ways, right? It's kind of this deck is stacked against them. And so in small companies it's not, because you can do whatever you want. It's your company, right? So that's probably one of the big things that I think that as far as when I think of a product, like what's a great product is what is that flow? What is that experience from start to finish?